Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Al Jazeera News, the only news we're allowed to report. Ha ha ha! Blessed be our praised leader Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. We come to you today live from Iran. You see, today we start this special report regarding the significance of nuclear weapons in this world of ours. I invite you to join us. To begin this segment, we go to our UK field reporter Winston Hornsby. Winston? Hello, chaps. I'm here to talk to you about nuclear weapons today. You see, in the modern world, nuclear weapons can serve a very wide range of purposes. They can shape diplomatic relations between countries, as in the case of the United States and the Russians during the Cold War. However, nuclear weapons can also threaten the world with unwarranted destruction, as in the case of the Iran-Israel standoff. The fact remains that nuclear weapons can be great deterrents for violence, but, however, they can have disastrous effects if used carelessly. They must be used prudently and by the right hands in order to have positive impact. Nuclear weapons should only be possessed by stable countries because of this. Thank you, Sir Winston. And now we go to our Asian correspondent, Hideki Tojiro, in Nagasaki, Japan. Hideki?
Hello. Today I'm here to educate you on the history of nuclear weapons. In 1896, scientist Anton Henry Becquerel first discovered the concept of radioactivity. Later, Einstein's theorem E equals mc squared posited that mass and energy were directly related. This led scientists to believe that matter would release energy as it was broken down. Scientists hypothesized that atomic fission could be used in both atomic weapons and in nuclear power plants for energy purposes. Controlled fusion was first produced by Italian scientist Enrico Fermi in 1942. A race to create an atomic bomb soon commenced. The first American initiative to build nuclear weapons, known as the Manhattan Project, commenced in 1942. 2 bombs were produced in an attempt to end the war in Europe. However, they were eventually used in the Pacific. In 1945, the Americans dropped 2 atomic bombs, one on Hiroshima and one on Nagasaki, thus ending World War II. Thank you, Hideki. I know that must have been very hard for you. For more on the chemistry behind nuclear weapons, we go to our American field correspondent, John Doe. John?
Thanks, Ahmed. Hi, I'm John Doe, and I'm here to talk to you about the chemistry behind nuclear weapons. You see, in America, well, let's just get down to business. Nuclear weapons use the chemical process called nuclear fission. In this process, highly unstable uranium-235 nuclei are bombarded with neutrons. The neutrons split the atoms, releasing both massive amounts of energy, thus the explosion, and more neutrons, which go on to split other nuclei. Nuclear fission is classified as a chain reaction, you see, because the products also appear in the reactants, because neutrons go in, neutrons come out.
Who let that infidel on camera? Who? I demand to know who let that infidel on cam. It's recording. It's recording. Hello, people. Thank you, John Doe, for the chemistry behind nuclear reactions. And now we go to our French correspondent, Jacques Cartier.
I'm Jacques Cartier. You see, with nuclear weapons, there is the good side and there is the bad side. To start off with the good side, however, nuclear weapons can deter the belligerent countries from attacking each other at all in the first place, so thus less violence is good. Also, tactical small-scale nuclear weapons can be used without any danger at all. We are using them in the battlefield at the moment. Well, If we were actually fighting, that is.
You see, in France, we don't do much fighting. You see, also, nuclear weapons ended World War II in the Pacific. I mean, who wants to fight? We don't. You see, nuclear weapons can also have a very, very bad side. There's always a possibility of nuclear winter, you see, which means fallout just rain down on people. It's never a good thing. Also, nuclear weapons can cause destruction of both opposing countries that use them, you know? Also, nuclear waste products can cause radiation poisoning of non-combatants. Thank you very much, Jacques. That was very informative, you see. Well, recently, our correspondent Jack Purnell had a chance to sit down with nuclear physicist Stephen E. Michael. Here's how it went.
Hi, this is Jack Purnell reporting for Al Jazeera News Networks. We're here talking to Mr. Stephen Michael about the benefits and the costs of nuclear weapons. So, Mr. Michael, what are your thoughts on the prospect of Iran having a nuclear arsenal?
I think it's dangerous and does make the whole region unstable because once Iran gains them, the other nations in the area are going to want them as well.
That's true. What do you think will happen between them and Israel as soon as that?
That's hard to say. That's certainly hard to say.
You heard it, folks, and he's an expert.
Thank you very much, Jack. I'm being told President Ahmadinejad wishes to say, as soon as we receive nuclear weapons in Iran, we will do everything in our power to fire them at Israel. Wise words, President. Thank you for joining us tonight. I would like to offer a few words in conclusion, if I may. Nuclear weapons have incredible potential for keeping violence from happening in the first place. However, they also have incredible power for destruction. Because of this, they must only be possessed by stable countries, like Iran. Well, this is Samir Al Taher signing off and saying, you stay classy, Tehran.